All right. Aaliyah, I'm starting with you. As I said earlier, I am very aware that there's two souls around you, a younger one and an older one, and the father figure. But who is it that you would like me to connect to?
My dad.
You don't say. The dad jokes are off the charts here today, hey? Okay. Are you ready to do this?
Kind of.
Oh, I love his energy. Okay, both feet flat on the floor for a second, hun. We're going to do this connection exercise. So, what I want you to do is when I'm done talking, I want you to close your eyes and then I want you to take a deep breath, picturing that deep breath starting at your big toe, slowly pulling it all the way up through your body, and then blow it directly towards me and give me a minute to focus. Okay. Interesting. All right, puzzle dump. Are you ready? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just going to keep my eyes closed for a minute here because it's easier for me to see them this way. So I just need you to speak back to me. But you go ahead and get comfortable. This beginning part is the puzzle dump. So here we go. Right away, as he steps forward, I feel, or he takes me to the throat, which is my, and he's making it difficult for me to breathe. My heart's beating really fast. I've got some dizzying thoughts, which is my sign, my symbol that either I couldn't communicate at the end, I was actually spinning when I passed away, or um, something about I wasn't able to communicate for sure. He does snap his fingers and make me feel like that his actual transition was much faster for him at the very end. I see the holding of the hand, which is my sign that there was people with me when I took my last breath. He's singing I Did It My Way by Frank Sinatra. Excuse my language. I suck as a singer, so sorry he made me sing that to you. He's laughing like crazy about his dad joke humor that keeps coming with me all day today. So this down. Again, he's jumping up and down, wanting you to know that he has no pain and the feeling of disfiguration is gone. So I'm not sure how he passed, but he's like, I've got no pain. I don't want you to remember me like that. I'm good on this side. It's like everything's happening all at once. The slowest fast motion I could ever explain. Does that make sense to you?
A little bit.
I'm not sure if what he's trying to say is that he like suddenly had a heart attack and dizzying thoughts and then passed, or if he was sick beforehand and he's like, I don't want you to remember me like that. I was okay when I passed, but he is very much emphasizing that for him, he just took a deep breath and he was on the other side, even though I feel like he didn't get a chance to say goodbye. Does that make sense? How did dad pass, hon?
Honestly, I'm not 100% sure. I know it was something like he was involved in the wrong world and he had diabetes, but like I'm not 100% sure to this day.
Got ya. Um, It's interesting because as you're saying that, he's showing me the disfiguration. When you said diabetes, he's like, all better, all better, all better. So diabetes must have been advanced for him, like an advanced case or something, because he's showing me that he didn't look like himself as he transitioned the physical world. There's something more to it than that. Do you understand? And then that makes sense why I heard I did it my way because, and he showed me gratitude for everybody, not everybody. He's showing me gratitude that you have forgiven him. Distance or space is what he's showing me. So, had your dad been out of your life for some time, hun?
Not necessarily, but he didn't come around as much, if that makes sense.
The broken heart that I'm feeling is times two, his and yours. So his heart just stopped. But once he did, he felt your heartbreak, and he's showing me the distance or space that he. It's funny when you say that because he's like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Could have done a better job. Slow that down, Dad. Why does he have the rose? The rose is my symbol for birthday, anniversary, or a date that happens once a year. Feels like it either just passed or is coming up. And when I say that, there's a lady behind him. Now, I almost feel like that would be grandma, but maybe on mom's side. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it could be Christmas because we always spent Christmases together. We didn't necessarily spend birthdays together a lot, but he was always around for Christmas. And then my mom's great grandma, we would always go to her house for Christmas. So
So
that could be.
both as soon as we start talking about the rose or the date that they want me to bring up, then she steps forward. So this is a great grandmother. She's a lot easier to communicate with, I'll tell you that. She jumps up and down and shows me that she's got all her mobility on the other side and no more mobility issues. She's got no pain left in her body whatsoever. She's got all her hair back, and it's funny because she shows me dressed to the nines. Like, this lady's got her hair done, her nails done, she's on point. Do you understand that? Feels good to be able to take care of herself again. Like that's the way she's making me feel. It feels good to be able to take care of myself again. And she's thanking everybody for everything they did to take care of her before she passed. Now, when you talk about Christmas, again, they're putting the heart around you guys, which is my symbol for healing and reconnection. And I feel like we're coming from three different places. Is How do you understand that? Is the family getting together this year from three different places? What does that mean?
Um, Maybe like I usually go to like me and my boyfriend just recently moved out in March, so we usually go to his parents' house and then my mom's house and then my mom's house, so we kind of
That's
have a lot of Christmases going on.
Oh, so that's what they're saying. Three Christmases and how fun it is to get together. Oh, your dad, is this the first year that your dad's been gone?
No, he passed in 2021. But it's
Oh,
my
which
first
is
time like reconnect, I guess connecting if that makes sense.
it's your first time connected, but he's also been gone 3 years, which is another reason why I'm seeing three. Three Christmases, what I heard. Three Christmases. So this is his third Christmas on the other side as well. You know, these people follow you around, and your dad has been communicating like crazy using technology and glitches like crazy. Sequencing numbers, glitches, things coming like music, things like that. Do you understand what he's talking about here? He's like, nope. He's like, you slid over that too fast. Be specific. Because he's showing me flashing something like, but I'm not in your life to know what he's talking about.
Hmm. I'm not really sure. I still listen to like a lot of his music, if that makes sense then. Maybe it could be that.
He's like, yeah, your dad did not mince words. He's got a bit of a colorful language. I
Yeah.
heard something, I just about spit it out too. So let me just censor myself a little bit and give you guys all a filter before I say it. But he just said, same shit, different pile. But not what he was talking about. The music, yes, but specifically flashing lights or techno. Remember, I said I was having problems with technology before we even started? So things like that, that's how spirit communicates. They use energy. So sometimes they're going to make your computer all act up weird or your phone act up all weird or there's something like that going on with you. Would have
Maybe.
been recently.
I mean, I work at Burger King and quite frequently I have issues with the computer there. So it could be that.
Thank you. See, the thing I love about Spirit is they don't change the message just because I don't understand it at first. They bring it back around and they're like, say it in a different way because he's like, I'm not stuttering here. I know what I'm talking about. Your dad's communicating with you through that kind of energy. When I asked him why at work, why are you bugging her at work? He said, literally, that's his personality was the dad jokes and the sarcasm and the having fun with you. And because he's so proud of you for working like this job, and he's like, it's just temporary, you know that, right? It's just temporary. Now, when you said about your boyfriend, I heard fiance. Um, has he proposed?
No, not yet. We've been together for 5 years though. So eventually.
Sooner than you think, I think is what he said. Sooner than you think. Um, gotcha. So he just showed me again my sign for gratitude. He showed me writing and then forgiveness, literally my symbol for forgiveness. Now, I'm not in your life to know what that means, but or what you had to forgive him for, but he's thanking you for that. Did you write him a letter or write something towards him? Because he's showing me the writing and the gratitude for what was written.
Um, the first year that he passed, I wrote a huge paragraph for him for his birthday, like a huge paragraph of just about everything. And
Got
yeah,
you. So it's funny as you say that he's showing me that he still has that letter against his heart. He wants you to know that every single thing that you do in your world, he's literally playing I'll be watching you now. You said he likes music, now he's playing that song. It's like he's thinking that it's funny to creep you out. Like if he can creep you out, you know that's dad. Like, boo, I'm Casper. Um, so this He very much is wanting you to know that he is still a part of your life and that if you ask him for what you need, he will bring it into your world. Not because you can't do it, but because he wants to be a part of it. He's giving you like Christmas decorations, and this is your great grandmother on your mom's side that's stepping or that we were talking to earlier. They're talking about Christmas trees or Christmas decorations, but it feels like you're buying new stuff.
yeah, like I said, we moved out in March, so we're kind of struggling a little bit this year because I don't have any Christmas decorations or anything.
So you will. Here's the thing. It's good. What a beautiful gift that you don't have those things right now, right? Because when you say, all right, dad, all right, grandma, if you guys are still here, you bring them to me. This is what I need. Make a list of exactly the supplies that you need. I need a little Christmas tree. I need decorating bulbs. I need lights. be specific about what you need. And then watch within a couple of days or even hours sometimes, what'll happen is all of a sudden a friend will show up with a whole box of like extra donations and stuff. Or your mom will call you and be like, hey, I just bought you this. Go pick it up. Like somehow, some way, it'll make its way to you. And it will be so obvious right after you just asked that it'll be mathematically impossible to be fluke, random, or chance. This is how they communicate with you now. He's not gone. Your dad's making me feel like he missed a big part of your life, even while he was here. He's like, because he keeps showing me that in and out kind of energy. Do you know what I mean? That he feels like he could have done better and he's not done parenting yet. So watch for those glitches in the energy field around you. Watch for the signs and the symbols and make sure that you ask him for what you need so that he can deliver it. Was your birthday just passed? Because I feel like there's another birthday that he's acknowledging.
My birthday's in April, but my boyfriend's is on the 25th.
Thank you. Because he's very, very much giving this young man his blessing and thanking him for taking care of you. He's very proud of you for. Did you graduate twice? I see two graduations. He's showing me how proud he is of you, and I see two graduations. What does that mean?
Um, I'm not 100% sure, to be honest. I didn't graduate high school yet, but I'm working on it.
Oh, isn't that interesting? You're in like going back to school right now to like graduate high school? Because what did he say? I'm very proud of you. And then I saw two graduations. So not only are you going to graduate high school, but you're planning on continuing education as well after this?
Possibly. I'm not 100% sure yet, but
Your dad knows. He's on the other side going, I can see all of time on this side, the past, the present, the future. And I know he's already attended both of your graduations in spirit. He's very proud of you. Talking about how your grades are so much better this time than they ever were before. But you need a new binder or something. He's kind of teasing you about where you're putting your notes. What are you writing in?
honestly, just paper. Like, yeah, like it's just
You,
paper, so probably.
it's just like all over the place. Like it needs a binder. Organization. Gotcha. See, this is what I mean. It sounds random, but it's very specific to what's going on. If you tell me you're in school, I assume you have binders and books and stuff galore, but your dad's showing me papers everywhere and he's like, give her a binder. She needs a binder. Because I can't know that. And then he made me smell stuff as he's like, I'm sorry, I've been waiting 2 weeks for this. Just saying. As he's pulling his energy back, he's blowing smoke at you, I think. Was he a smoker when he was here? Because I can smell cigarette smoke. Are you ever sitting there and you just get a whiff of smoke out of nowhere and you're not sure where it's coming from or why you smell it and then it's gone again?
Yeah, actually.
That is your dad. He's got to use energy to communicate with you and let you know when he's around. And he knows that you don't like the smell of cigarette smoke, is what I just heard. So if he even is around a little bit with smoke, that you will be sensitive to it. That's his way of saying, hi, I'm right here. He's like, see, it's not scary. Other than he's playing the song, I'll be watching you. Every move you make, you know that song. And as he's pulling his energy back, he's got the pet with him as well. He said, just let her know. I don't know if this is a dog or a cat, but I can feel the love bond because they only come through with the love bond. And he said, I've got her. Is it a female?
It's a boy.
It's a boy. Is this a dog or a cat?
It could be both, to be honest. I had a cat that passed away and got hit by a car, but he also had a dog that was like his baby, and he always told me to take care of this dog when he passed.
So yes, the dog is there, but he also has your cat. When you say the cat got hit by a car, he's like, I know. He's like, I'm up here now, the caretaker. And it's funny because I don't think he was such a cat person. He's like, that's okay. I learned to love them. I learned to love cats.
Yeah.
Any questions before I totally let him pull his energy back?
Honestly, no. I just needed to know that he was okay and
Not
here.
just okay, still here, still very much trying to take care of his little girl. But you've got to be specific in what you need from him. Ask him specifically for what you need, like those Christmas decorations, a binder. He's like, ask me for a binder, I dare you. And then watch how that lines up in your world so dramatically that it's mathematically impossible to be fluke, random, or chance. And you will feel his presence. Not just that, those songs that you hear on the radio that make you think of him, that is him. That's his way of communicating with you. It is not an accident. And the better you get at this, the easier it is to feel his presence today, tomorrow, and every day thereafter. He just needs you to know that it's not scary after all. And then he's like showing me this list of things. And your grandma, it's so funny because your great grandma's like trying to pull him away. Was your dad a talker in the physical world? Like, did he like to talk a lot?
When it was just him and I, yeah.
Okay, yeah, because he's not shutting up. Your grandma's like, come on, do you see all the people here? Let's go. He's like, this is my chance. Last thing I'll say is he pulls his energy back. He's showing me a picture and he's saying, thank you. I know you have that picture of us. Thank you. It's of the two of you. I'm not sure where, I think it's in your bedroom, but I'm not sure. All I know is he said that he knows it's there.
Yeah. I have a picture of me and my brother and him that I gave my dad originally, but I took it back after. And yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You took it back and that's why I see it in your room. It's funny because your dad said this sign. I was like, okay, that's interesting. This is my symbol for pride, being very proud of you. He's glad you took it back from your brother. I don't know what the backstory is on that.
Him, like my dad, sorry, I should say.
Ah, I
Yeah.
see. All I know is he knows that. He's like, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Okay, somebody else is choking me out here, so I'm going to let him pull his energy back. But I hope that that was helpful.
Yes, thank you.
All right, Ian, I got to come to you, hon. You have a few people behind you, actually. I'm not sure who you want to connect to, the young soul or the older soul. I definitely have a gentleman that is saluting me, but going one above. But there's a young soul here as well. I just need you to take your mute off. There you go.
Yeah, it's off.
Perfect. Who do you want me to connect to?
The older one,
Gotcha. Is this your grandfather or your father?
grandfather.
I thought so. Okay, are you ready to do this?
Yeah.
All right. Both feet flat on the floor for me. We're going to start with a connection exercise, okay? All right, here we go. So, what I want you to do is when I'm done talking, I want you to close your eyes and I want you to take a deep breath, picturing that deep breath starting at your big toe, slowly pulling it all the way up through your body, and then blow it directly towards me and give me a minute to focus. Okay. All right. So this, he steps, let me try this again. The gentleman steps forward. Grandfather steps forward. He's saluting you. First thing that I can feel is the salute, which is my symbol or sign of a connection to a uniform in some way, shape, or form. Fire, police, military, ambulance, something like that. Definitely showing me his muscles, how strong he is on the other side, and emphasizing how good it feels to have all of his energy and strength back. He's showing me my symbol for thoughts and like the brain scoop, which is where they don't want you to remember something a certain way. He's like showing me that he looks young again. He doesn't want you to remember him old. He wants you to see him young and strong. I see something about distance or space, which is my sign that either he's been gone for some time or he was a distance or space away before he passed. Um, he is very much, he's emphasizing he didn't have any pain before he passed, but I do feel like I can't communicate. So I don't know if he was medicated, he passed in his sleep, or if this is just heart attack so quick that I don't feel it. I'm not exactly sure, but I feel no pain. I just transition to the other side. Do you understand that?
Yeah, he passed away. It's been some time, and then he passed away in his sleep, and it was suddenly, like it
Got
wasn't. I don't know if anyone knew about it, but it was very suddenly in his sleep.
got ya. See,
Heart attack.
that's what he's making me feel. He's like, you know what? I didn't feel any pain. Like he's emphasizing, I felt no pain. I felt no pain. Do you understand a couple of things? Do you understand the salute?
No, no one in my family is an officer at all, or
So it
in the
means a
military.
connection to a uniform. So fire, police, military, ambulance, or some type of uniform that comes with great respect. Now, I have known spirit to show me that for a mechanic, for example, if once they have mastered that skill and like opened their own shop. Do you know what I mean? There is something to do with the uniform or great respect that he is bringing forward with him.
Yeah, I have no idea, to be honest.
It's so funny because he rolls his eyes, which is my symbol. Just not that they're rolling their eyes at you, but my symbol of like, it's okay. I know what I'm talking about. Sometimes they'll bring through a message that maybe you don't understand, so that when you tell your family and they're like, well, we never told you that. How do you know that? Then that's their way of getting a message to the skeptics. But I'm telling you, this man either has a brother, a father, a friend that has a connection to the uniform, or there is some connection to the uniform coming through with him. What's interesting is that there's a younger soul with him as well, somebody who would have passed before we think of as their time. Doesn't necessarily mean that they were 10 or 20 when they passed. It just means that they didn't live till 90 or 100 like we would think of as a full life. So the connection to the uniform could be around this soul as well. All I know is the grandfather comes through with um, those validations as well. Okay, let's walk this back a little bit. The distance or space, how do you understand that?
I was fairly young when he passed away.
Your grandfather was?
Yeah,
He's got another young soul there with him, I'm telling you right now. Um, So when I see young soul, that means somebody underneath of them as well. So there would either he's got a child, a grandchild, a nephew, something like that that is also on the other side that he's bringing forward with him.
I'm not too sure, to be honest.
Is this your mom's dad?
No, it's my dad's dad, but my mom's dad passed away as well.
Okay, so mom's dad's, you know what's going on? There's some piggybacking energy coming through here. So dad's dad is the younger soul, and mom's dad is the older soul. Am I understanding that correctly?
Possibly, yeah. I think I'm not too sure how old they were respectively.
Oh, I can definitely tell you one is older than the other, for sure. Now, I keep seeing this over the grandfather that I was talking to first, which is my symbol for named after or just like. Named after or just like. Do you understand that?
Yeah, my dad was named after him.
Got you.
They shared the same first name.
And he put the white blanket around your dad's shoulders. Your dad is still here in the physical reality.
Yeah,
The white blanket is my symbol for watching over somebody that has health or stress issues here in the physical reality. And again, I see distance or space. Is your dad live near you?
yeah, he does.
You understand why they're watching over him and talking about the white blanket right now? Is he going through something right now?
Yeah, potentially, yeah. He's looking after someone else, my mom, yeah.
And your gotcha. See why they're all stepping forward at the same time? Why your mom's dad and your dad's dad would be stepping forward? Slow this down. Not just that, but you have so many people around you on the other side, Ian. I have to tell you that. Um, Sometimes what happens is, so your mom's ill right now, correct?
Yeah.
Because I just felt stomach pain and I felt mobility pain or like pain. I don't know if this is arthritic or what is going on with mom right now.
Uh, just bad diagnosis, I guess you could say.
I did not hear a single word you said. Can you repeat that?
She's received a bad diagnosis, I guess.
Okay, I don't know what that means, but do you understand the pain that they're talking about that mom has been in recently?
Yeah, for sure.
So it's not an accident in the order that these messages get delivered in. And spirit groups together the souls that will resonate or understand the messages being delivered. And the lady that was just before you, her dad was telling her to be specific about what you need so they can line it up for you. They can bring it to you, right? That's what they're saying, is to remember that they're up there as well. That not that they're up there, they're still here with you and they can bring you what you need, but you got to be specific. So when you say something like that about got a bad diagnosis, they're like, this is why we're coming through today. It's going to be okay. You just got to tell us exactly what you need. We need a good doctor. We need pure, like good health. We need the answers to feeling better, not, yeah, they're definitely, this is the distance or space that I'm seeing. They are absolutely redirecting you towards the answers you've been looking for. So your mom's been on this journey for a while, hey? For like a little while now.
Yeah, but she received the answers that she was finally looking for in terms of what's going on. But for many years, she didn't know, I guess you can say, of what was going on. There's many symptoms, and then yeah, then recently they kind of found out what it was, and now she's just starting this part of her journey, I guess you could say.
So is her mom also on the other side? Because as we're talking about her, there's two people stepping forward, holding hands, which is my symbol that they were married or together in the physical world. And she's got a number of souls on that side. And as they step forward, they're all showing me my symbol for gratitude for what the family and your dad are doing to help her here in the physical world. Because I feel like they're going above and beyond. That's why you're loved ones on both sides are trying to come through and offer dad the help that he needs as well. Because Your dad's trying to be strong, and he's the leader of the family, right? So if he knows everything's going to be okay, then everybody else in the family knows that it's going to be okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure. Um, her mom is still here though. My grandmother is still here. Um, I'm not sure. She had a very close friend when she was younger who passed away, and maybe that's one of the people who's kind of connecting with her. They were kind of best friends, and yeah, and she passed away in her early 20s.
When you said she passed away in her early 20s, she showed me sharp, intense, blunt, like head right away. I had to grab my head. I'm not sure how she passed, but all I felt was like intense pain in my head, and then I was on the other side. How did she
I'm not
pass?
100%. She had cancer. I'm not 100% sure of how it went down. Like I wasn't even around when it happened, right? But yeah, I think she just passed pretty quickly within a year.
What I think is kind of funny about your loved ones on the other side is that one of the things they said to you earlier is that they're giving you messages of things that you can't know, so that when you tell your family that they will know that they're watching over you. And so it's good that you didn't know those answers before she passed. They want you to share that with your, not just your mom, but with your grandma, because your grandma's definitely all in her right mind, correct?
My mom's mom, yeah.
Because she's like, oh, she's sharp as a whip. She's going to remember everything about that. Just let her know that I'm watching over her baby girl from the other side. Okay. They just pushed everybody else out of the room, and there's the gentleman, I think it's your grandfather, is showing me the connection. Now, this is where it's not enough for me to just say grandpa because you have too many loved ones on the other side. The older gentleman that you had the biggest connection with, I think it's the first one that we brought through. Um, Because he's talking about being with you and distance or space, like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and helping to try to make this easier on you. What is he talking about?
I'm not 100% sure, to be honest.
He's showing me your hands. Do you work with your hands?
I used to, not so much anymore. I used to work in the railway, but now I work for a university. Um, but yeah, I used to work with my hand. My whole family, it's mainly, I think they used to work with their hands, I guess.
Ian, when
Yeah.
you worked on the railway, did you wear a uniform?
Uh, Not really.
Not like, that's funny because
A
as you're
safety
saying,
vest, I guess. I'm not sure.
what?
A safety vest. We didn't have really like formal uniforms like a fireman or police officer or anything like that.
Did one of your grandfathers also work on the railway as well or have a connection to that kind of work as well? Because the sign, just like me,
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
this is what I think they're talking about when I say that they're showing me a uniform or a sign of great respect and a connection that is similar between you and him. I think the distance or space that I'm seeing in the back and forth, first of all, there's something about I feel like you're trying to be there with your mom and dad and trying to help out as well as much as you can, but you're stuck where you are doing what you have to do. Like if you're in school or your work, you have to be able to support your own life. You know what I mean? You can't be there as often as you want. And your loved ones are going to bring up things that they know you worry about. And they just keep showing me that distance or space and back and forth. And that there's a lot of reassurance coming in with that message. Almost like, don't worry about if you can't be there with them at that exact moment. It's okay. It's okay. We're all here with them. And they're giving you the message that it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. I feel like your mom's going to get better, just so you know. And I don't get that message very often. I'm very careful when I say those types of things because I don't want to give anybody false hope. But they're emphasizing it extremely strong in my head. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I hope she gets better. For sure. Yeah, that makes sense.
Like I see her strength coming back and the pain going away. Has she been getting weaker? Like was she weak for some time?
Yeah, but she still has a long way to go, to be honest. And she has like yeah, she has to do a lot of treatment before she gets better.
You know what the point is though? That she's getting better. Slow but sure progress. Two steps forward, one step back. Two steps forward, one step back is better than constantly feeling like I'm drowning and not having any answers. Do you know what I mean?
No, for sure.
Your grandfather's showing me this, which is the breaking of an addiction. Um, or like, did you quit smoking?
Uh, Cigarettes, no. Back and forth of quitting various things throughout my life. But yeah, the last one is smoking.
Because he's talking about being very proud of you and shows me the sign for quitting of an addiction. Um, and I feel like you don't give yourself enough credit for that. He's like overemphasizing how proud he is of you for that. Slow this down. And another thing, back and forth, back and forth. So, did you try to quit multiple times before you actually? Most people do. So, I feel like that's duh. But he's emphasizing, like, finally, we did it. We did it. We did it. We did it. And how incredibly proud he is of you because it feels like it wasn't easy. It wasn't the first time that you tried.
Yeah, no, for sure. It was yeah.
But he's attending a wedding in spirit. So, do you have a partner or a spouse in your world right now?
No.
There's wedding bells all around you. Sometimes I will hear wedding bells around somebody if they've gone through a breakup, because when we actually stop dating the person that is wrong for us, we are so much closer to being with the person who is right for us. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure. I just don't feel like there's anyone who's right at this current moment or even in the radius.
Well, your grandfather's validating that there is somebody special coming up in your world, but you are in school right now.
I work at a school.
Oh, interesting. Because he keeps saying, but you're supposed to be right here at school right now. You're supposed to be at school right now. And there's something about that if you had somebody else in your life, that maybe that would take your focus off what you're doing right now, because your work right now feels like your full-time focus. Does that
Potentially, yeah. I'm supposed to start class at 6:05. I am taking a course at night, if that's what you're um
full-time focus?
yeah.
There's a season for everything in your world, is what your grandfather wants you to know, is that just because this is the season of learning doesn't mean that there's not going to be a season where you are going to thrive. There is somebody special coming up in your world, but the only reason that you're not united with them right now is because you got things to focus on right now. You got things to do right now. And when the moment is right, that you two will be connected together. But he's like saying, make no mistake that he will be lining you up with this girl, that it feels like destiny, like you can't outrun your own destiny. But the thing is, your loved ones can hear your thoughts, right? So I don't know what you've been saying to yourself that makes him go, you better reassure him that he will be married. There is a girl coming up in his world. He's like, he's not supposed to be with her right now, he's supposed to be with her next season.
Okay, that's reassuring.
Hmm. Slow that down. Wait, do you say you work at a school? Okay, hold on. Is that why he's decorating all around you? It's so weird. You're a man and he's a man, and I'm seeing like a bunch of decorations, which is not usually what I see around men at this time, but he's like joking about looks good in here, like decorating. I don't know if it's a classroom or the whole frickin' hall.
I have no idea, to be honest.
What kind of school do you work at? It doesn't feel like a normal school.
It's a university.
Oh, got ya. That's why I'm not seeing like little tiny kids.
No.
And you work there, but you're, see, I'm so weirded out by this. Not weirded out, confused, because you say you're working there, but I feel like you're learning as well. Like it almost feels like an apprenticeship, as if that makes sense.
Well, it's relatively. I've only been there over a year, and it's relatively a new job for me. I'm learning. I'm also learning outside of school with the university. I said I'm supposed to be in class at 6:05. I'm doing a course online twice a week at night.
Got ya. All I know is they're about to decorate your. So, do they decorate around Christmas time and the holidays?
Not that much. Maybe just throw a tree up in the hallway type of thing.
There's something when they bring in these decorations that your grandfather is like showing me specifically. Um, I don't know how to understand that. I think what he's wanting you to know is that he's in the classroom with you and that he can see all of time because he's showing me time on the other side, which is like a movie, which when I say that means that what you see playing out in your screen right now looks like it's happening right now, but has already been recorded. They can see on that side, they can see the past, the present, and the future. It's already been recorded. What you're witnessing is just where you are in the story right now. There's something about that he's saying, watch for these decorations to come in. And there's like a playful thing about this. Like, we are going to decorate it like crazy. And when you say they don't usually do that, he's like, I know, we need to like jolly it up a bit in here. Like, there's something about making it more playful, more fun. And I know that might not make sense now, but in another couple of weeks, if all of a sudden somebody shows up with this huge box of decorations and starts plastering it all over your walls at your school, it's going to be mathematically impossible to be fluke, random, or chance. And you'll know that your grandfather's with you in that moment. Sometimes they give me messages like this if people are a little bit skeptical that their loved ones are here in the present. So they're like, oh, yeah, watch me work, boy, watch me work. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure.
And then he gave you a car. As he's pulling his energy back, he gave you a car, showed me the keys, and said how proud he is of you. Um,
Gave me a car? No, he never gave me a car. I was too
not,
young.
I
Oh,
know that in the physical world, but he's not gone. He's not dead. He's still here. He's just invisible, right? So, did you just get a new car or a new to you car within the last few years? Or you need one
uh,
now?
no. I bought my car brand new like 5 years ago, and it's been paid off for a while.
So, okay, so this is what he's talking about. I'm telling you, they don't change the message just because I don't understand. That's why I call them puzzle pieces. What did he say to you? He's very proud of you and he gave you the keys of the car, showing you, okay, let me back this up. He finished telling you that he was giving you things so that you would know when he is communicating with you in your life because you don't always know that, right? Then he gave me the keys to the car and he showed me giving you a car. And when you said, but he was already gone then, he didn't give me a car. He's like, see what I mean? He doesn't know when I'm giving him stuff. So this is why he's telling you ahead of time how he's decorating everything for Christmas. But your loved ones, when I say they are not gone, they communicate with energy, synchronicity, and alignment to put you in the right place, right moment, right time to receive what you've asked for. The fact that you got that car five years ago and you've already paid it off, as soon as you said that, he's showing me my symbol for pride, but he's also showing me his energy in helping with that somehow. When they help you with something, it comes in easier. It comes in just, I don't know how to explain it, just with extreme ease. Does that make sense?
Uh, okay, yeah.
Go back and think about how you got that car. There would have been something very easy, synchronized, aligned around it. And he handed you a check. So the fact that you paid it off within 5 years, was there somebody, did you have like a lump sum of money that was given to you to do that?
No. I paid that off myself
Got ya. With the job that you had before.
with the job with my VIA job that I was working. I was paying it off when I was working there. Yeah. and I was making decent money there.
He needs you to know that he helped with that and that the job that you are getting coming up is even feels like double whatever that one was in pay. Does that make
The
sense?
job that I have coming up,
Yes.
not the job that I'm currently at.
Well, the one that you currently at is definitely more than the one you were making 5 years ago, but he's showing me the one 5 years ago being like doubled in pay.
Well, during like the holidays, we'd get double time and a half at
Oh,
the
shush.
at Via Rail. I was definitely making more money, or roughly around the same back then than I am now.
He's still saluting you. I'm telling you, there's another father figure there that has a connection to the uniform. And the fact that they just showed me the poppy means military, something like that. Slow this down. I'm pretty sure this is Dad's dad that we're talking to here. But he keeps showing me the gentleman to the side. Your dad, do you know if he, obviously ask, I think it's either an uncle or a best friend or whoever this is to your grandfather, but your dad will know who this is because he keeps rolling his eyes at me and saying, ask him, ask him, ask him. He's here too. And thank you for remembering us. Somebody was remembered on Remembrance Day.
I'm not sure. The neighbor, I think they used to call him Mr. Poppy or something. The older gentleman neighbor that they had back in the day.
See? They found a way to make it so that you would know who this is.
And they
So
were
he,
close, kind of close, I guess. In like, yeah, they were pretty close. Him, the older gentleman that lived next door, and my dad's family.
thank you. This is what I love about Spirit and frustrates the heck out of me is they don't change the message just because I don't understand it. They just keep saying it different ways until you understand it. And by him bringing up that poppy, you finally were able to understand it. So your grandfather wants you to let your mom and dad know that he's hanging out with that neighbor that's on the other side and that he is still with you here in the physical world. He's also talking about the baby that's on the other side. So somebody in the family lost a child at some point here because he's saying, let them know that I have the child on the other side as well.
I'm not sure.
And they just keep saying, she's going to be okay. Just start asking for what you need, the tools and the supports and the resources that will make it better. So thank God for bringing her strength. Thank God for bringing her healing. Visualize her getting healthy and strong. Visualize her breathing better. Has there been a breathing issue? Every time we talk about mom, I can't breathe.
No, not necessarily. I don't think so. No.
What does that mean? Not necessarily. You say that, but I still get constriction around the throat.
I don't. Uh, no, no, not no breathing issues. Stomach maybe, but yeah.
Well, stomach we felt in the very beginning. Interesting. That's okay. He's like, your mom will know what that means. That's all good. But he's really grateful that you now know who Mr. Poppy is here. They're both watching over you and really excited for what's coming up. Very proud for the decision that you made to expand your career. Even though you were doing pretty good where you were, this decision to go, it feels like a completely different trajectory than what you were in. They're very excited about this and in being able to help you with this as well, because that's how we feel their presence. And your grandfather's showing me that he's been dead long enough, and he keeps showing me this. Were you very close with him when he was here in the physical world, even if you were younger?
I'm not 100% sure. Kind of, yeah, I guess. But I was really young when he passed, right? And my dad, I guess my dad is more of a spitting image to him, and they were really, I guess you can say. And there,
So
he was named after him.
So the thing is, if you have a child, and then knock on wood, this doesn't happen, it's just an example, and then the next day you pass away, that child grows up and has children of their own. Are you going to love and watch over those children just the same as you would if you were here in the physical reality?
Yeah, for sure.
Your grandfather needs you to know that he's watching over you just the same as well. He's giving you a bunch of, that's probably why, if he was been gone for that long, why he's not giving me some normal messages that they usually give. All he's talking about is what's going on in your life right now. Very often they do that if you wouldn't be able to validate anything they want to tell you anyway. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because his message for you is that he's a part of your life, that he's not just some dead guy on the other side, that he's here now. And that if you are specific about what you need, he will line it up in your world. He keeps showing me the coins, dimes, nickels, pennies, things like that. Have you ever heard the saying pennies from heaven or dimes from heaven?
no,
It's probably why you might not be recognizing them when he's throwing them at you. Have you noticed the dimes, pennies, nickels, change, something like that around you recently?
not really. My dad likes to collect coins, I guess.
It's funny. So there's an old saying that is very popular, actually, and the dead know it, so they use it all the time, and that is pennies from heaven or dimes from heaven. And the reason why that's a saying is because our loved ones are not gone; they're still here. It's just they don't have a physical meat suit to communicate with speech like we do. They have to line you up with the sign or the symbol that will contain the message they're trying to deliver to you. And so many people understand the message of pennies from heaven or dimes from heaven. So they use them all the time because they're readily available and they can easily line you up with one to give you a message of reassurance when they want you to know that they're around. But here's the thing, if you don't know that that's a message from your loved ones and you think it's just random, you're not looking for it and it just goes right over your head. It's kind of like this. When was the last time you drove your car?
Yesterday,
How many red cars did you see when you were out on the road?
I have no idea.
Exactly, because you weren't looking for them. But what if I said I'll give you $50 for every red car you see the next time you get in your car? I bet you will know exactly how many red cars you'll see, right?
For sure.
This is why they brought you here today, is to teach you their language so that when you are going through your life, A, you know that you are not alone. B, you know that everything is going to be okay for mom and for you, and that they are still here with you, talking to you every single day, sending you signs and symbols that will guide you along the way towards what you've asked for.
Perfect. Thank you.
Watch for those dimes and nickels because he's been throwing them at you like crazy. I bet your dad knows about that. Find a penny, pick it up all day long, have good luck. The older generations know that. That's why they collect it all. Ask your dad if he knows that saying. I bet you he's going to say yes. And then your dad's dad just gave him the rose, which is birthday, anniversary, or a date that happens once a year. Feels like it would have either just passed or is coming up. Who had the birthday or the anniversary, or how do you understand that?
I'm not too sure. My birthday was in August, end of
This is,
August.
he's like, fun. They never say no. I'm not talking about you. He's like, happy birthday, my boy. But no, I'm talking about right now. There's a birthday that is just past or coming up around dad or grandpa or Mr. Poppy here. Because it feels like the November, December is where I'm going.
Um, my nephew's birthday just passed. I guess that's the only person.
Again, they roll their eyes at me. Do you know when your grandfather's birthday is?
No, not 100%. I'll ask my dad that when I see him.
And please thank your dad for remembering. I'm just going to call him Mr. Poppy because I don't know what his name is, but he's again showing me the gratitude. I can feel like he's been honored and remembered on Remembrance Day. Maybe that is the date that I'm seeing for the rose. I don't think so because I
He
see
was,
two roses.
yeah, I'm not sure. He might have been in the military. That older gentleman who lived next to my My dad's like parents' house. I know he
Guarantee.
was German, so I don't know. I'm not sure.
If they called him Mr. Poppy,
Yeah.
pretty good bet. Okay. They're starting to pull their energy back. Last thing, they just said, are you moving? Because I saw the for sale sign go on the house, which is my symbol for either moving, renovations, or something like that, something to do with the house. And he said, oh, one more thing, we'll help with that too. So I don't know if they're talking about your house or mom and dad's house, but somebody's definitely doing something with the house.
My brother just moved in the summer. He moved from Montreal to Alberta.
Big move.
Yeah.
They helped with that as well. So that would have gone really smoothly and easily as well, hey?
Yeah, it did.
See, this is what I'm saying. You think that you're doing this all by yourself, but you have the love of your ancestors and your loved ones helping you along the way. Know that he hasn't missed a beat of it. And as he's pulling his energy back, he's like, I am so proud of you, boy. I just wish you could be as proud of yourself as we are of you. And this is why he's reminding you that the best is yet to come, that all the decisions you've made so far have been worth it. And that the wage and the money is coming in. Mom's health is coming in. This lady in your world is coming in. He just says, be brave, my boy. Be brave. And I think what he's saying is, I'm seeing you approaching people. Like, don't be afraid to ask a girl in person when you're ready to date. Do you know what I mean? It's funny. I get this message from older generations. Sometimes they don't like the new way that we date nowadays. They're like, "What is this bullshit? We had to have courage in our day. We had to go up and talk to the girl."
Yeah, no, for sure. I don't like the traditional online dating stuff. That's for sure.
She's not far. It's just this season is very important that you do what you need to do now so that you are ready to be ready for that next season. Okay.
Perfect.
I'm gonna let them pull their energy back, but they said make sure you ask Dad about the birthday because it's either Grandpa or Mr. Poppy. There's two roses there, November. So one I'm pretty sure is November 11th, and there is another one around these two guys as well. And their big message is please let them know that they're together on the other side.
All right. Thank you, Tracy. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. I hope that it was helpful.
Yeah, it was. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, Becky and Leela. I'm kind of pulling you guys both in at the same time here because I got a young man pacing back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So, Leela, I know your son is on the other side. Becky, this is your brother. He also has a rose, which is my symbol for birthday, anniversary, or a date that happens once a year. And I'm hearing celebrate good times on the other side. Can you guys take your mute off for me?
Yep.
Um, there
Yep.
we go.
Okay.
There we go. Do you know what he's celebrating on that side?
My birthday was on the 11th and my mom's is tomorrow.
Shut up. Isn't that funny? Because the guy before you also had two roses. One was on the 11th. There was another one coming up. And now we transition into another young man who has two roses. That's just freaky. Okay. Sorry, you guys. Spirit freaks me out sometimes with how precise they are, even though I don't know it at the time. So, wishing you a very happy birthday. Um, okay, so slow this down. Is he the only one that you wanted to connect with here? Because he's got somebody with him. And my face is getting very itchy.
Ugh.
Guys?
Is it a female or
Yes,
my mom?
she's stepping forward with him.
Okay.
Now, I must have read for both of these guys before. Well, I know I've read for your son because once I've read for them a number of times, they don't come forward and tell me how they died all over again. And your mom's kind of blunt as she stepped forward. She's like, "Do I have to tell you that again?" So, have I read for her before?
She came through with them before.
Got ya. They're coming through with you or with him again today because it's birthday season, is what she's saying. Slow this down. Okay, one at a time, one at a time. I just feel like they're talking so fast at the same time. Okay, one message at a time. So your brother's showing me a list of things that have been written down for him to do. Becky, I think he's talking to you. He's showing me how proud he is of you, and he's saying 2 steps forward, 1 step back. I got your list. I feel like I got all the instructions. Have you been telling him what you need and do you know what he's showing me here?
Yes, my mom tells me that I have to write everything down if I want anything. So I write it down and I send it to him.
Because he's like thanking you for that. He's like, I got it, I got it, I got it. It's on its way. And it's funny because some of those things show up very fast, and some of them you have to wait a little bit for.
Yep.
Isn't that interesting? That spirit is freaking me out a little bit today. Sometimes I don't understand the messages until we get halfway through, and you guys don't even understand them as we just saw, right? Until we get halfway through. But what is so cool about them is that they all bleed together. Because this young lady over here, Christina, is getting the same message today about how sometimes when we ask for something and it doesn't line up right away, it doesn't mean that it's not coming in. It just means that it's not our season yet. That other things have to take place first before that can fall into place. And that's definitely the message he's given to you today, Becky, is that he's really happy that you've found this way of doing this with him now because it feels like you're getting regular messages from him, which is like very exciting. And he's also saying that there's a couple of things that you're waiting for that he's like, come on, I'm not a magic worker here. I can't line it up before it's ready. It's like trying to produce a baby when you've only been pregnant for 5 months. You wouldn't want that baby. He's not developed yet. Does that make sense?
Yep.
He's talking about being so proud of you for how much better you're feeling. Um, he showed me the body scan, which is more than one issue in the body or pain throughout the body, but I feel like we're talking about depression because he's showing me the spinning thoughts, which is sometimes either, like in this case, it feels like feeling depressed or a little bit probably numb after he hasn't been gone that long, I don't think. But he's talking about being very proud of you for how much you've healed or how like happier you have been recently.
Yep.
Did you start counseling as well?
I did counseling for a year. And then the government said I was no longer eligible for it. Um, so then I had kind of a rough patch. I went to the doctor. He prescribed me medication, but then I decided not to do it. And just try to deal with it on my own and do my coping that my therapist taught me, and all of that can help me.
Got ya. He's so proud of you. So proud of you. Are you working now as well? Because he's like, and a new job.
Yeah, so I'm still at the same place, just I've gotten promotions, probably I think 2 promotions since we talked last. So it's going really good. And then I'm taking a course to be able to sell mortgages and life insurance. And then I'm still cleaning on the side.
But you're happier. Like the energy. I wish I could just like push, like take it out of my chest and go, do you feel that?
Yep.
It's so much happier. It's so much more purpose driven, if that makes sense. Like
Oh,
it feels
absolutely.
like you get up in the morning, it's like, woohoo, I'm excited. I have a purpose today. Whereas before it was like, oh my God, I'm getting up to just another day from hell. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Your grandma gave you a mop. I know that's very random. Um, I don't know if that means that you need a new mop or you.
Uh, so I just got that new mop. I don't know, it has a bucket so the dirty water doesn't touch your mop. Well,
Yep.
anyways, I changed the mop head and you can wash them. So I wanted to wash them, but my daughter wrapped the one and I was so upset and I used the new one. So now I don't have that one that I could wash. But that was just this week on Saturday.
Isn't that interesting? See, they know what they're talking about, even if I don't know what I'm talking about. So she's saying, "Ask me, honey. I'll get you a new one. I'll get you a new one." She's watching over your daughter too. She put the white blanket around your daughter's shoulders and she's like, "Don't you be mad at this sweet baby."
Her new saying is, "Mommy, don't be mad, be happy."
That's so funny because that's what your grandmother is saying, or her
She was just
grandmother.
saying it about 5 minutes ago.
That is, have you heard me say this before? That when your loved ones talk to you, it sounds like a thought that interrupts the rest of your thoughts.
Yep.
Your daughter is hearing the voice of your grandma and she's relaying it to you because that's literally what I'm hearing your grandma say. Don't you dare be mad at this sweet baby. Don't you be mad at my baby. She's like, "You are such a good mom. Do you know that?" She's like, "Tell her again. I don't think she realizes this." She's showing me that pinky finger, which is that you have more mothering and nurturing ability in your pinky finger than some people do in their whole body. Being mad is part of being a mom. If you're not mad, you're not a mom. Just saying. She loves her haircut, by the way. Um, why do I feel like that's a joke? Does your daughter have long hair?
No, my 2 year old, she barely has any hair, and we had to give her a haircut because it started breaking off.
Oh, that's why it feels like a joke. I'm like, what? I'm like, okay, let me say that again the way I heard it. She's like, "Love the haircut." And then I feel them kind of giggling. And I'm like, okay, so why is that funny? Gotcha. She's 2?
Yeah, she too.
Have you ever, she's showing me a video I saw just the other day, yesterday, I think, in fact. There's an old wives' tale where you just shave off their head and it grows back 10 times thicker and stronger than it was before.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever heard that before?
No, I haven't seen that.
She's like, "Look it up, dear. It's true. It's real." Look it up first before you do that. I've seen lots of people do that. I do not know whether or not it's true. I know they say it's true. And she is
Yep.
telling me that that's something that they used to do all the time. Older generations had little hacks and tricks. Does she have her ears pierced as well?
Yep.
Oh, your grandma's kind of taken over here today. She gave you a new Christmas tree.
I actually did just get a new Christmas tree. I've been wanting one for about 3 years. It's at Hobby Lobby, the green Grinch tree. And I have been asking and asking for this tree, and I cannot get it. And then magically, the entire this year started selling it.
Do you know what's really cool about what you just said? Oh, sorry, that was Amazon that just dinged my doorbell. We're going to ignore them. Something that was really cool about what you just said is that I tell people this all the time that let me find the right words to explain this. Where you were before when you were in depression and anxiety and a sad energy, right?
Yep.
We attract what the frequency of the energy that we are broadcasting. So if you are in sadness or anxiety, then you attract everything that matches that vibration. And not having a tree is sadness or anxiety, right? Not having the tree you want. But the beautiful thing is that this year, the first thing that your brother and your grandma were saying is that you're doing so much better. You're so much happier. Everything feels more elevated and joyful. And so what happens is that frequency, that joyful energy pulls in everything that matches joy vibration in your world. And that tree feels like joy Feels like excitement, feels like happiness. It matches the vibration you're in. So, boom, of course, it's on sale now in Canadian Tire where you can reach it. That's how frequency works. Does
Yep.
that make sense? That's why it's so important that you don't let yourself stay in sadness. But here's the thing that they keep saying is that I feel like you battled depression or staying happy even before your brother passed. That this has been something that you've been kind of working on for your whole life. You understand that?
Yep.
They want you to see how powerful that is, that all you got to do is be happy and then go, thank you, I'm happy. Now I get a tree. Woohoo! And then grandma's like, yeah, you do. Here you go. She even said that she got a bit of a discount on it. She couldn't get you too much of a discount because it's so new to the stores, but she's getting you a bit of a discount. How do you understand that?
Um, we use like our Canadian Tire points on it.
She's like, still counts, still counts. She's taking credit for it. She is. It's funny because it feels like your grandma's coming through because she loves you just as much, and your brother gets all the credit. He's always the one that comes through when I talk to you guys. So she's like, I'm using him to come through and talk to you too because I am here this Christmas, especially because we're so happy this year. Are you guys going on a trip after Christmas? Leela, she's coming up to you.
Yeah, yes, I'm coming to Becky's house after on the 26th. I want to.
Oh, you guys don't live close together?
No, I'm like 5, 6 hours away.
Got ya. Because your mom is saying that you're going on a trip. As soon as Christmas is over, we're going. I'm going to help her with that. See? Easy peasy. But you'd be driving, not flying, correct?
No, I don't. The weather with between London and Woodstock to get there is usually bad, so I was thinking about taking the train.
Okay. That, because she put an X through the airplane. She's like, we're not flying. And I'm like, okay, so we're driving? Train is just as good. Either way, she's like, just thank her for getting you the ticket. And then wait for the discount to show up or wait for it to align in your world so that you know your mom lined it up with you. It's like her Christmas present to you. Does that make sense? Your son's behind her going, hi, mom. Hi, mom. Hi, mom. Hi. Did you have the dream about him recently?
Yeah, I did. Um, I don't know if it was like a couple nights ago or yeah, I don't think it was last night. I think a couple nights ago.
He's just like, "Ah, yeah. He's talking about how good he's getting at this now. That your dreams, when he comes to you in a dream, that you are able to remember it now because you've been receiving him without the pain. So it hasn't been so distorted. So you've had good, clear dreams about him. Do you understand that?
Hmm.
And it feels like you've lost weight or something because he spun you around, which is my symbol for somebody watching, eating better, taking better care of their health, losing weight, working out, something like that. Do you understand what he's talking about?
Yeah. Hmm.
He's like putting on a cheerleader costume, showing me he's your biggest cheerleader on the other side. He's like, you can do it, you could do it, you could do it. It's funny. He's showing me that little old book. Oh, I don't even remember the name of it, but it's like the little train that could or something. I think I can. I think I can. I think I
Okay.
can.
Hmm.
And I feel like he's teasing you. Come on, mom. Are you and dad still together?
No,
Who's the
he's on
gentleman?
the other side.
Oh, okay.
His dad,
Who's the gentleman that's in your world though? Because you were married or there's a partner in your world, correct?
Sean. Yeah.
He's bringing him up.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so hold on. He's thanking him, and I'm asking him for what? And I feel like, I don't know if this makes sense, he's been in a better mood recently. Why do I feel like this is an inside joke?
I don't know. He's been sick and he's been grouchy, and I caught it from him this week and on the weekend, and
Got ya. So he's starting to feel a little bit better now?
he is, yeah. Well, I am too today.
Well, that would be
I
why it
plan
feels
on
like,
going, yeah, going back to work tomorrow.
I think that's why it feels like an inside joke, right? He's like, oh,
Okay.
he's feeling so much better now. Ha ha ha. Because he gave it to you guys. Aw. Um, slow that down. He's giving him money. Are you guys waiting on money or a bonus or something like this? Because the closer we get to Christmas, there's some kind of bonus or money that they're trying to bring in around him.
Around Sean,
Yeah,
um, there could be some money. Usually every year he gets money at this time
like from work, like
from
a Christmas bonus or something
from the
like that.
band office. Yeah.
Got.
Like,
Oh, I see. Like he's
yeah,
native?
he's native, and yeah, usually around this time they give money. We're hoping for something to come in. So,
He's like, it's coming, Mom. It's coming. Tell him it's on its way. It feels like maybe even only a couple, 2, 3 weeks before Christmas, but it feels like it will be here because he's validated. He's like, I know the money's coming, Mom. Just let her know that the money's coming. Don't worry about it.
okay.
And he's showing me the repeating numbers again and again and again, many different repeating numbers. He's been using them to communicate with you recently. Have you been seeing them? Or the 1, 2, 3, 4, like 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, like in sequence numbers?
Yeah. And a lot of times at work, my scale for my sugar, it will show 666.
Oh. So that's not meant to freak you out. You want me to explain what the sixes mean?
Um, I read up on it a bit. Yeah.
And what did you get from that?
About the angels and I think luck or something or
That's why he's like, would you please tell her what it means? Sixes mean reflection on home and family. So it doesn't surprise me that you're seeing sixes when your son's trying to communicate with you. You're working in a
okay.
candy factory and it's coming up to Christmas. He's using sixes to let you know that he's there because it means reflect on home and family. Home and family are with you because it means reflect on home and family. So the fact
Okay.
that your son is using that right then, whatever you are making, it's his way of saying, Mom, remember me. That's my favorite candy right there. Or that I would like that.
Okay.
It's his way of getting your attention to the fact that whatever you are making in that moment, he's loving it. He's like, I would not have believed this if you had told me. What? What kind of candy factory do you work in?
Um it's like gummies like
Shut up. No wonder he's like adult candy. And I'm like, what the frick is adult
oh,
candy?
okay. We went through this the one time, remember?
As
We make
soon as you said
rings.
gummies, I remembered.
Yeah, the rings and they're sent to California to be the oil in them, put in them.
Do you understand why your son would want you to know that my mom is making these kinds of candies? I would never have believed that if I was here in the physical world. And so now, whenever you are like making anything like that, he's going to use whatever numbers that he has to use to let you know he's there watching over this. Sixes is the number of family. So there's a teasing element there like, oh, yeah, you're making gummies. Hey, Mom, your family's watching ya. Teasing energy. Does that make sense?
Yes.
They're just so grateful that you are finding joy in their presence now. Because when they first cross to the other side and they start to communicate and you get signs and symbols that they're with you, it brings a lot of pain at first, reminding you that they're dead and gone, right? But after we've been able to heal and those signs and symbols start coming in and they prove that they're still here, the more that joy that brings to you, the more they want to communicate because they don't want to bring communications that are going to hurt you. So now that you've healed enough that you can receive and understand the messages and communicate back, their joy level is just going through the roof now. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Why do you need new pots and pans, Leela? Your mom just gave you new pots and pans.
Um,
Becky's laughing. What's up with that?
Becky's collecting the um stickers from
Right now, Superstorm that has stickers, you collect 10 stickers for every like $20 you spend. You get like a sticker, and then you get 75% off pots and pans. So I have my mom, I have my aunt collecting for me, and I need new pot sets.
I love
She
that.
actually just sent me her stickers.
Your mom did?
Yeah, I got it in the mail yesterday.
So your grandma's watching over all of this. She knows what's going on. She's even helping give your mom stickers so that you can get your new pots and pans. I thought you was giving her the pots and pans, but same shit, different pile. Second time we've heard that today. I love how, see, and I love that you guys are the last part of my reading because you've done this with me before. You know how to interpret these messages, right?
Yep.
And they might sound kind of random, but they're very specific to what is going on in your world because they're not missing a thing. Your brother, Becky, is so proud of you, how much you've healed, and so grateful that he gets to hang out with you guys as much as he does now. And he's like, it's just a matter of time before you get a dream as clear as mom's had. Because it feels like you've wanted one that clear, but it's a little tougher with you. That sometimes you tend to distort them still through your pain. You understand that?
Yep.
But he's not stopping trying. Have you been waking up at like 4 in the morning?
Yeah, for the last couple of days, I haven't been able to sleep properly.
Well, he keeps trying to come to you in your dream, but if you distort it, then he exits the dream and waits until the very, very, very end of it and wakes you up. And the reason why they do that is because if they come to you in your dream and you distort it through your pain, so for example, if sometimes in our dream state we'll see them ignoring us or we'll see them leaving us, and because that's how we feel about their transition, right? The thing about dreams is that you only remember the dreams that you wake up during. We have 50 dreams every night, but you don't wake up during a dream and go, oh, that one's boring. I want to go to the one I dreamed 3 before this one. You only remember the dreams that you wake up during. So if he tries to come to you in your dream and you've distorted it somehow through your pain of his passing, then what he does is he exits that dream, waits till the very end, and then wakes you up. So you don't remember the dream. You're just wide awake. And he's like, you're welcome. What are Brady Brothers for if not to wake you up at 4 in the morning? So before you go to bed, say, what was his name?
Billy.
Billy?
Yeah.
You say, thank you, Billy, for letting me sleep in today and communicating with me differently. I'm not ready for the dream yet, but there's other ways that you can communicate with me. So, and I'm very well aware of them. So thank you for at least trying. You have the 3 kids though, right?
Yeah, 3 girls.
It's funny. He said, the last words he just said was thank you for trying. And then he showed me the 3 kids and you said 3 girls. And he's like, could be a boy if we don't stop trying. It's funny how he kind of segued into that. Did your husband have a vasectomy?
No, I ended up, so it would have been 3 days after he passed. I had ovary cyst and I needed to get removed. So I just told them to remove my tubes.
All of them?
Yeah.
So that's probably why he said showed me that that was like snipped. So the thing about the boy, so if you cannot have any more children here in the physical reality, why do I feel like that's bullshit? So even if you don't have tubes, is there something about IVF? Like, could they pull an egg or something like that?
So I've been reading online that IVF is Donald Trump wants to it mandatory. So I've seen on TikTok that Canada's supposed to follow suit. And I keep on like just not even really being, there's ways around it. They're gonna get it legally. Oh, it will cover it. We can have a
Yeah.
boy. And then he's like, no, Becky, no.
Yes, yes, Becky, yes. That's what your brother is saying. He's like, I'm telling you right now, this little boy will come if you would like him to come. Where there's a will, there's a way. And I don't know how long that's going to take in Canada or if they're going to find another way to bring that up in your world. But when you're ready, it will be available to you because I do see this soul coming to you at some point here. And it's funny, you don't have to convince your husband. When this child is ready to be born, your husband will be convincing you. He will feel it. It's just going to feel so right in your world. I love that you've been thinking about that. Even when you told me you had your tubes removed, he goes, "Yeah, it doesn't matter. He's like, I'm still sending them." And I saw, he said tubes, not eggs, Tracy, tubes. And I'm like, okay, well, that's pretty specific. He's like, but be careful what you ask for because there may be two. The thing about in vitro fertilization is that sometimes you get more than one egg. And then your brother's like winking at you, going, if that happens, just know that was your bratty brother on this side sending you two, not just one. I'm telling you, I feel two souls because he's playing the old double mint gum commercials in my head. I know that
Yep.
probably won't make sense to you, but hello?
Yep.
Oh, there you are. Your audio's all choppy and stuff. He's giggling. Um, as he's pulling his energy back, it's funny, they said double mint gum, and as they're pulling their energy back, I saw toothbrushes, and I'm not sure who they're for. Your children, it feels like I'm going to Leela. Do you need a new toothbrush, Leela? You got me on mute again. There's something about toothbrushes.
No, I just changed mine.
Okay. That would be what he's talking about, like within the last week or two?
No, no, about a month ago. So
So that's a little ways. Why would he be bringing up the change in a toothbrush?
I don't know.
You don't have dentures, correct?
No.
Because I feel like he's teasing you about the toothbrush. Like,
I wonder if he's, I don't know if this would be coincidence, but so recently we went to the dentist, me and the girls, and they got me fitted for a sleep mouth guard. And they told me that it's gonna smell off for a little bit, and it smells like literally rotten mushrooms. And I've been brushing it with the toothbrush, and I was like, can I clean it with like the denture stuff? And they're like, well, we would prefer no chemicals, put vinegar in water, or just clean it with toothpaste. And I've been cleaning, and I won't wear it right now because every time I put it in my mouth, I gag because it smells like rotten mushrooms.
baking soda, sweetie.
Okay, yeah, I'll try that. I'll try anything at this point because
Baking soda gets rid of the odors. And you're talking about a retainer, so it's not like you're worried about scratching it, right?
no,
Baking soda, as somebody who's had dentures for more than 20 years and dealt with stuff like that that go in your mouth, I'm telling you right now, the way you eliminate those odors is baking soda.
okay.
That would be why he's making fun of like the toothbrush. And I'm seeing like denture toothbrushes because they're a different type of toothbrush. And I think that's why he gave it to Leela, is because here you go, Mom. Now you know what to get her for Christmas.
Don't get that
Oh.
for me, Mom.
I won't.
Brothers don't stop being brothers, even when they're in spirit. You understand that?
Yep.
Hmm.
Hmm. They're pulling their energy back. But as they do, I see your mom hugging your son, Leela. And I see, it's hard when I got a mother and a daughter because it's like I see mom slash grandma hugging your son slash brother is probably the better way to say that. But they're very much together on that side and here with you in the physical world, working together to line you guys up with everything you've been asking because you guys have your list. I can see the list. It's the first things that they said is that you've been writing your list. You've been asking them for what you need. They're sending it. And then they started pulling out all the stops, showing me what they're sending, pots and pans and toothbrushes, weird, like things I can't know.
Yep.
You understand?
Hmm.
They want
Now,
you.
I
Sorry?
have a question. Is
Yeah.
his spirit, like, I don't know how to say this, a little boy, I guess to say? My aunt, she's, uh, well, the doctors won't give me answers about her. She's 82 years old. She fell and broke both of her humerus bones, and she's just whittling away to nothing. And she sees things that, and she's seen a little boy, and the way she described him, it was like my brother when he was little.
Yeah. Yeah, because as a soul gets ready to transition the physical reality, that happens to many people in that position as they're getting ready to transition because what happens is that our brains kind of change chemically, kind of like mine, so that we're
Okay.
able to see through the veil onto the other side and here in this world. It's meant to give us comfort to the souls that are departing, that are transitioning, that our loved ones are over there, which is why your grandma would see him as a little boy, because we see things through the love bond. See, and they just
Okay.
flashed my screen. So your grandma recognizes him in his child state. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So that's familiar to her on that side. Um, Now, which grandma is this?
So it's no, it's not my grandma, it's my aunt.
Got you.
But she's my kids call her grandma sometimes because she's never had kids.
Yeah.
So she'll get confused at times and say that she's the grandma to them. So they will say like Grandma Evelyn. Um, but that's yeah, she's been saying things a lot that she sees my uncle. And then she's seen a little boy with brown curly hair, and it sounded like Billy.
Yeah. Yeah, she's seeing them all right. It's meant to give her comfort that they're all there, so it's okay for her to transition. And it's meant to give you guys comfort that your loved ones are showing up to help her transition when it's her time. Your brother just said, we will make sure she doesn't feel any pain. We will make sure she, steps out of the physical body before she feels any pain. It will be very quick. She's kind of fighting it though, which is
She is.
why they are allowing the loved ones on the other side to come and show themselves so that she will feel more at ease in the transition. There is also a gentleman standing there waiting for her as well. Is her husband or is this her brother on the other
Her
side?
husband.
I thought so. The thing is, she's got so much pain around him that it's harder for her to see him on the other side because our pain distorts that energy field. So, being able to see your brother and I'm not sure who that other gentleman is you said was there, and there's a bunch of people. In order to be able to see them, she doesn't have as much grief or pain around their passing as she does her husband's, but he's there too,
Okay.
thanking you guys for everything you've done to comfort her. Okay. Now they're pulling their energy back. Again, very excited about Christmas as they're pulling their energy back. They're playing Christmas music in my head. Your brother's like scooching in beside you guys on the couch while we're watching, like, second time I've seen this, The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. Like all the Christmas movies. I'm seeing the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer from when I was a kid, like the old one from like 1969, if you know what I mean. He's like scooching in beside. He's like, I'm right here watching this with you guys as you guys are sitting down with the kids, making new memories and new traditions. Know that your brother is a part of that, not missing a single beat. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The girls, they've even now lately it's a different mindset. It's when we're doing things, they'll even say like, "Oh, Uncle Billy would love this." And then my other daughter would say, "No, Uncle Billy does love this." And then Rory, it's almost like she sees Billy that she'll say, "Uncle Billy's here. Uncle Billy's happy. Hi, Uncle Billy." And she'll like go up to like the trees.
That's the 2-year-old?
That's the 2-year-old, yes.
Yeah, because it's easier for the younger they are, the easier it is for them to see the souls on the other side. And what's interesting is that she goes to the tree, and your brother and your grandma this entire time today have been talking about Christmas and all about the tree and the holidays, that they're with you.
Yep.
As you were talking about the other girls, though, your brother gave you a hanger. So I don't know what that's up with that. I feel like she needs to hang her stuff up, or maybe she doesn't have enough hangers. I don't know what that means. Maybe he's teasing her that all her clothes are on the floor and she has hangers. I don't know what that means.
Savannah, she just throws her clothes in a big pile. Last couple nights ago, I said, "Oh, you cleaned your room?" And she said, "Yeah." And she started laughing, and I look over in the corner, and there's her big pile of clothes.
Yeah, her uncle saw that. He's like, just buy her a bunch of brand new hangers and give them to her, and maybe she'll hang them up. Just another specific validation of something that I can't know so that you know that they're with you. It's so cute. As he pulls his energy back, he's like, "Hi, Mom," every time. All right, I'm going to let him totally pull his energy back. I hope that that was helpful, guys.
Thank you.
It was. Thank you.
You're welcome. And I'm glad that we were able to make this work. I don't know what
Yes.
that technical glitch was, but oh, you know what that is? They literally, so spirit lines you up with the sign or the symbol that contains the message they're trying to deliver to you, right? Well, what did they say? Becky, that was for you. You want to know why all that interference happened? Because you were trying to make something happen, it wasn't working. Where there's a will, there's a way. What message did your brother give you that contained that message?
Yep.
Where there's a will, there's a way. So, just like we did today, as soon as you clarified exactly what you needed, boom, it was able to line up again. Same thing's happening with that little boy. Where there's a will, there's a way. All right, now they're pulling it back. All right, you guys. Have an amazing rest of your weekend. Christina, I got to come to you because what an interesting little flow that was as we started talking right before they got here about how you've been looking for a dentist to get your teeth done and you've been not in the right, no, it hasn't, the right dentist hasn't been aligned to you yet, or the right surgeon hasn't been aligned to you yet. And even before we started recording, the messages started coming through of have patience. It's all good. Have patience. You're exactly in the right place, right moment, right time. It's going to come in at the moment that it is supposed to. Right?
Yeah.
The thing about that is that I didn't specify enough is that redirection is protection. I want you to keep saying that in your head over and over and over and over again. Redirection is protection. Because if it doesn't line up and manifest right now, that
It's not
means
meant,
what?
it's not meant to
It's
be for
not
that
meant
spot.
from this spot or this day. But that doesn't mean that a new spot or a new day tomorrow isn't just as meant to be.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I'm super excited. Like, I'm past like the fear part, because I was having that fear. But like, I'm super excited because I know that this is what I need to do to keep me healthy and to also get my feeling beautiful again. Like, I know I'm beautiful, but like, that just like puts it off.
You know what's so cool is never underestimate the ability of spirit to get you ready to be ready for something. Something you just said is extremely powerful that you just kind of skimmed right over. You had a lot of fear of getting going in this before. Now, what eliminated that fear? Frustration. Frustration of not being able to, it's like, okay, I had fear of doing it, but now I got rid of the fear and I said, okay, I'm going to do it. And now you can't do it right now because the surgeon isn't here right this second. So it's like, well, I'm ready to do it. Why isn't it here now? And it's like the more that you are ready, what's the right word? The more frustrated you are that you can't make it happen right now, the less you feel afraid, the more quicker that fear dissolves and is completely gone because all you can think and focus on is where you want to go. And if you're
Uh-huh.
focused on where you want to go, you can't feel fear at the same time. See how that works?
Yeah, but like, I'm also just like super like over it
Yeah.
and excited at the same time. And I woke up this morning, I'm like, all right, I got this. And then the first place was like, oh, there's no more emergency walk-ins. And I'm like, okay, let me make an appointment. They wouldn't let me do that such a thing. I'm like, what? I'm like, okay, the devil's not gonna stop me. I'm gonna keep going.
Well, see, that's where you got to say it differently. You got to say, thank you for redirecting me towards something that's better to me. When
No, I
you
said
say,
that.
I know, but listen to me, the way that you just phrased it is going to pull you back. We sometimes do not realize the extraordinary importance of the specific words we use. When you say the devil's not going to stop me, that makes me feel like, or that tells me that you feel like the devil's trying to stop you. So long as you feel like the devil's trying to stop you, then that enters into resistance into getting it done. It makes it harder to get it done. Do you see what I'm saying? Nobody's trying to
Um,
stop you. There is no devil is not trying to stop you. What is trying to happen is God is trying to inspire you to get into the vibration that you need to be in to have a healthy surgery. So if you are in fear when you line up with the surgery, then everything you're afraid of is going to happen. If you are so excited, you've been wanting it for a while. So now fear is over here. Now you're just excited and you've been wanting to feel good, to look good, all of that. You've been visualizing that way more than you've been visualizing the fear. Now that is the way that it lines up.
uh-huh.
But what is happening right now is happening to put you in the right place at the right moment at the right time. They keep showing me the cockroach hotel. Now, I know you know that story. And if you guys don't know that story, who's watching, I'm sorry, but I have to speed through this. You don't get the backstory. It's in some of my other readings. But the whole point of that story was that I got turned down 19 times for a house before I finally got a yes, right?
Yeah.
That 20th person that I got a yes for, that still wasn't even my house. It was all like infested with cockroaches after that,
Uh-huh.
right? But every one of those 19 times that I got turned down, and even after I got the keys for a cockroach infested house, I said, thank you, God. Thank you, God, for me getting rejected from that house because that was not my house. Thank you for not letting me get stuck in a house that is not going to be right for me. Next, thank you for the right house. And so everyone that I got turned down for, I was like, thank you for turning me down for that. Thank you. Rejection is protection. Thank you for protecting me along the way. I am so protected that you are not going to let me be in the wrong house. There is no way I could be in the wrong house because God is doing everything he can to put me in the right place, right moment, right time.
Yeah.
Timmy's like, okay, enough about that, Mom. Mm. He's like very excited that you're getting excited, and that's the whole point, is before you are ready to have this surgery, they need to get you very excited, because the more excited you are, the more happy you are, the more you are visualizing how, and the more you want to feel and look good again, then the quicker that will align in your world and the better the results will be, because the results are going to match how you feel about it. So when you
Mm-hmm.
finally get that surgeon that says, "Yes, I'm going to do this for you and I specialize in this and it's going to be painless." The relief and the excitement you feel about that is going to line up so that you have the best smile, the best experience that you could have ever asked for. Okay. Timmy's very much telling me to stop talking about this. He's got some validations. He's very excited that he was able to communicate some things with you this last week. Did you also have the dream with him, or why is he bragging about communication? I'm seeing dreams or thoughts.
No, I didn't have a dream. Well, I do remember that I did see, it's weird because I think I got woken up before I was supposed to get woken up, because I know that I was dreaming about something, but ask me what it was, I can't tell you. Because
Yeah.
I think I got like abruptly woken up too soon.
And we just talked about what that means earlier, right? Not an accident in the order that these messages come through and that they group together the people that can resonate with the messages being delivered.
Yeah.
Um, so that's just a reminder, because I know we've talked about that before, but he's also showing me seeing somebody in a crowd that looks just like him that made you do a double take. Did you see a little guy that made you do a double take that was like, "Oh my gosh, he's like Timmy's age," or something like that?
Yeah. On Halloween I did, but I also did
Recently.
in the store, I believe.
In the store?
Yeah.
Just recently.
Yeah.
Um, okay, slow that down, hun. Slow that down. He's bragging about naps, that he still gets to take naps. Have you been having naps recently?
I took a nap. Well, I've been really busy. Because like I've been well, I had my first occupational therapy for my hand, and I actually have it 2 days in a row this week coming. But well, I took a nap like once, but I've been asking him to snuggle with me, and I actually have been putting one of his Paw Patrol stuffed animals like right under my neck, like where Timmy used to put his head when we would snuggle together,
Okay.
and literally imagining him snuggling me.
That's what he's showing me. He's like showing me that he's sleeping with you, he's cuddled up to you, and that you guys are having naps together. He said he still gets to have naps. Um, so whenever that was that you had that nap, know that he was cuddled up with you. And I think I know why he's telling you that we should still have naps. Is that even though you've been really busy, when you get a day off where you have nothing going on and you have time to have that nap, that's a good time to cuddle up with him and tell him to come visit you in a dream. For some reason, the dreams that we have during a daytime nap are easier to remember and recall. And I think it's because we get woken up a lot sooner than when we're in a long, deep sleep all night long. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he knows that you've been asking him to come and cuddle with him, because he's showing me cuddled up with you having naps. He's like, "Tell mommy we have naps together." When you said the thing about the hand, though, he's like, "Much better than you thought it would be. Much better than you thought it would be." There's something about it feels better to get that rehabilitation than you thought it would be, or easier than you thought it would be. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
And it's bending more now. Do you have to get those pins out?
I already have the pins out.
Okay. Because I thought the pin stayed in forever when he
No,
said
listen,
that.
I did too. I did too until I went for like the checkup after the whole surgery thing a few weeks later, and they took the thing out, and I had two pins sticking out my hand, and I almost like wanted to pass out. I'm like, whoa, what the heck? Yeah.
So it's moving easier now?
It aches a lot. Um, Especially if I'm trying to use it, and if I like overbend it accidentally, it hurts pretty bad. But therapy will help it.
Yeah, he's showing me quicker than you think as well, because he's showing me like the Rocky training music in my head. Yeah, I don't know if you heard you know the music for Rocky, right? I'm not going to sing it. I'm terrible. If you don't know what it is, look it up after this. It's like that music of like training, and he just keeps showing me this, that it's going to move just fine. Don't you worry about this. Like by the time therapy's over, you won't even remember, like you won't even be able to tell that it was ever broken.
Yeah, she said that's the goal, is to try to get it back to normal.
That's where we're going here. So when you said she said that's the goal, he put a heart around the two of you. You and this, what do you call her? Physiotherapist? That's
Well,
the right
she called
word?
herself occupational therapy lady.
Occupational therapist. So you've got a connection with this girl?
Um, Not really. I mean, I just met her, but she seems not really nice.
She seems not really nice.
No, she seems really nice.
Okay.
Like I feel comfortable with her.
I was going to say that she feels not really nice because Spirit put you guys together. They're showing me the heart going around the two of you, healing and connection. So remember what we were saying before that, no, let me say this a different way. Did you wait a little bit for the physical therapy or the occupational therapy, whatever you want to call it? Did you have to wait for that a little bit?
I had to wait like a couple days because I had the initial appointment on Thursday last week, and then she didn't make the appointment. She said that she had to wait for workers' comp to approve it, and they called me Monday.
So there's a similar scenario there, how even though it was supposed to happen a couple of days before and it didn't mean that it wasn't going to happen. It just meant that it was being lined up so that it would be paid for, so that it would be better for you, right?
Yeah, I didn't worry about it.
Say, I know, but the same thing's going on with your teeth. They're showing me the same message. That's why he's bringing
Um,
up the occupational therapist. Is that just like it didn't get to go on the Monday because it would have had to come out of your own pocket, that it was better to wait a couple of days and then all the components lined up so that it was paid for, you got the right person, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You see what I'm saying?
yeah.
Same thing is going on with your teeth. And you hear your TV start kicking in right at that moment. It's been quiet this whole time until then. Spiritual emphasis. And why did your son put a big bow on your TV? Are you getting a new TV?
No, not that I'm aware of.
Feels like there's a bigger screen TV coming in.
Oh, wait. Well, I don't know if he's talking about this, but Amy and Josh actually told Boo that he could have one of their bigger TVs that they have, but he just hasn't gotten it yet, so maybe
That's
that's
would
gonna
be
come through soon.
Yes, he's showing me that there is a gift of a TV. That's the bow is like a gift, and it's a much bigger TV, and he's like giving you guys the TV. So if Boo's been told he's going to be getting this TV, this is Timmy's way of letting you know that he knows that. I can't know that. Why would he be bringing that message up? Because they like to show off that they can make things happen in your world. That if Boo's been thinking about, I wish I had a bigger TV to play my games on, then Timmy hears that. He's like, done, brother. And he starts talking to Auntie Amy, and Auntie Amy decides to get a new TV and gets the idea to give it to Boo. And now Timmy's taking all the credit for that. See what I mean?
Yeah. But she's told him that a while ago. Uncle Josh just has been slacking and hasn't brought it over yet.
So consider this the
So
kick in the butt to get it over because he's like showing me the bow on the TV and saying, "You're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome." Feels like it would take up half his wall though,
I don't think so.
compared to the
Not
one.
unless not unless they like plan on like buying him like a brand new one for Christmas or something and I don't know about it. That could be possibly too. I don't know.
Is it like a 32-inch or bigger?
It's bigger than a 32 inch, I
Yeah, I
believe.
knew it. Whatever TV it is, it feels like it's coming in very soon this week. Timmy is like showing me that he can talk to them and they hear him because he sounds like a thought that interrupts the rest of your thoughts, right? And I didn't know the thing
Mhm.
about the TV. He knows that. He's excited about shopping. It feels like you've already started Christmas shopping, even if it's like one tiny little thing at a time. He's talking about that it's funny because he's only a little guy on the other side, and we all know how much they love Christmas time. That doesn't change now that he's in spirit form. He's still loving it. But he's like, let's go shopping. He's saying it again. It feels like you've been thinking about it. I don't know if you've actually started yet, but he's so much in your thoughts about Christmas. Have you started shopping for it yet?
Nope.
Have you been thinking about what you're getting or
Yeah.
what?
Yes.
He's just so excited. It's like this is your second Christmas in your house, your own house here. And even though you'll be going and being with mom, I'm sure, at her house this year at the actual day, he's loving that your house is you're going to be able to decorate your house this year. That you and Boo get this safe place where you can decorate and feel at home with, well, we all know why he's saying that, right? Because of where you lived before. But again, emphasizing that he's there with you, enjoying the holidays with you. Everything is being lined up at the right moment at the right time. Know that.
Actually, it just came to my I just realized actually this is gonna be the first year that me and Boo are having our own tree in our own house again without Timmy in the physical
Oh,
because we did get one Christmas all together and I'm gonna cherish that forever.
I got ya. This is why he's saying this, sweetie, is that he's like, I'm so excited for us to decorate and stuff. And I didn't really understand the message until you just said that because he knows that that was painful for you. That the last time, I didn't know that, but the last time that you actually had your whole place to decorate was when he was here. And he's like, but I am still here, mom. So you tell him exactly what you need, what decorations you want and that you need, and then let him bring them to you so that you will feel his presence as you are decorating and you will know that he is helping you with that. He said you're never going to experience a Christmas where he is not there to help you decorate. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Because I don't want you to think I'm not there to help decorate this, Mom. I don't want you to think that you and Boo are doing this on your own. I want you to ask me for the tinsel and the garland and the lights and the balls and bells or whatever it is that you need. Ask him and watch him line them up for you so that when they come in your world, they are mathematically impossible to be fluke, random, or chance, and you feel his presence there with you, celebrating the holidays with you, just in a different way. He's pulling his energy back, very much loving you and telling you that this is going to be a good week, Mom. There's a lot of things that are going to come together in this week, this next week. So don't be delayed or don't be dismayed that you feel delayed. Thank God for the redirection. Thank God for lining it up so perfectly that it's mathematically impossible to be fluke, random, or chance. And know that he's there with you, walking every step with you, helping you along the way.
I think the only reason why I got like really like frustrated, Tracy, today was because last week, like God said, if I don't get like basically my head out my butt, that I'm gonna miss my opportunity and
Yes,
the
but
train's gonna go the opposite way and I'm not gonna be going the way I want to be going.
But okay, so let's just unpack that for a second here because that's what we were saying in the very beginning is that so long as you had fear and procrastination about getting it done, then it couldn't line up in your world in a positive way. Kicking your butt, getting you in motion to get it done doesn't mean that boom, it gets done. It means that you start doing what you need to do to get ready to be ready to get it done. And you've been doing that. You've been getting excited. You've been visualizing yourself having all of your teeth again and feeling free and no more pain, no more of this going on. You've been doing
Uh-huh.
that work, right?
Yeah.
That's what you needed to do. That gets you on the right track. Just being on the right track doesn't mean that you're at the destination. It means you are on the right track to get to where you want to go. But last week, all that you were not all, but the majority of your focus was on the fear of doing this. And fear would have lined you up with exactly what you were afraid of. Do you see the two different tracks there?
Yeah.
Do you see this week that you went from getting off of the fear track and you got onto the I'm going to make it happen track? You got on the I'm going to make it happen track so fast that you're like, all right, why isn't this moving forward? I'm on the right track, darn you. Let's go.
Yeah.
Getting your heart in the right place so that it can manifest in a positive way is the right track. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I was just didn't want to get off, you know, on the wrong track.
The wrong track is feeling negative about it. That's it. The wrong track is, remember, the wrong track is that emotional scale. So remember the emotional scale, just like a thermometer, zero in the middle, right? So in the middle of the
Uh-huh.
emotional scale is boredom. Everything underneath of boredom is negative. Everything above boredom is positive, right?
Uh-huh.
So frustration is still kind of a negative emotion, but it is higher up on the scale than fear, which is down here at the bottom, right?
Yeah.
So, in order, sometimes we can't get from the bottom step to the top of the staircase in one jump. So, they have to walk you through the vibrational scale. So, the fact that you went from fear to frustration is a step up. Now, we go from frustration to excitement to visualization to being anticipation, which is a much more positive vibration on the vibrational scale. And from there, you're going to once you get it done, you're going to move up to satisfaction and fulfillment. Do you see how you walk yourself up the emotional scale?
Yeah. And feeling grateful.
Exactly. So, and that is the change that you've made since last week. Ouch, as I hit my elbow. That's the change that you've made last week that puts you on the right track. Now you just let that track and that momentum carry you where it's going to go at the right place, right moment, right time. Does that make sense?
Yeah. It's just that I had woke up this morning and I was super excited. I'm like, I got this,
You
you
do got
know?
this.
And then I got frustrated by the end of the day because like nothing was, adding up. And I'm like, well, apparently these aren't, this isn't meant to be yet.
Today, right?
Yeah, it's not meant to happen today. So I just like said, I gave it to you, God, and then I just went about the rest of the
Yeah.
day.
Just keep that inspiration feeling with you. You are not on the wrong path. There is nothing, you are not being rejected. It is just being lined up so that you get the right dentist, the right surgeon, the right place, the right moment, the right time. Just like your appointment this morning or on Monday had to get all realigned so that everything would be lined up for you. That's what's going on with the dentist as well. And as long as you are feeling happy and positive and excited about it, then it's just those happier feelings, the happier you are, the more positive you are, the quicker it comes in. Remember that cockroach hotel story? When I got turned down 19 times, when I finally got a yes on a house and I got the keys, it was infested with cockroaches. Did I come home and be like, why the heck did you infest my house with cockroaches? Thanks a lot, God. I'm never going to get my house. Blah, blah, blah. I didn't do that. I came home and I said, thank you for renting me the cockroach hotel. I don't know why you rented me this house, but I know it's not to live in it. Thank you for showing me why I'm here. Thank you for getting me through it as quickly as possible. And thank you for getting me the house that I am supposed to be living in. That's how you do it. So you get up today and you go, well, thank you for it not happening today. I don't know why it didn't happen today, but I thank you for showing me why it didn't happen today and lining it up at the exact right moment, the exact right time, so that it is going to happen easy with, I'm not going to have to pay for it, so it's going to be free, and I'm going to feel and look better than I felt in a long time. Thank you for getting me through this quickly, God, because this is hard, this weight. I trust you. That's how you get that momentum going. And then the more that you feel trusting and positive, like, I mean, even when I came home after that cockroach hotel, you have to talk yourself into that, right? You have to remind yourself this is happening for you, not to you. It doesn't matter what that looks like. There's a reason for it. God will show you the reason for it. It all makes sense. You see what I'm saying? You talk yourself through it. And that is just as important as getting your teeth done. Because through this journey, you are learning how to regulate those emotions. You are learning how to manifest and navigate the reality that you want to live in and getting your teeth done. So after your teeth are done, you're still going to retain those skills and abilities that you learned through the journey. And now you're going to be able to apply those skills and abilities to everything else in your life. Make sense?
Yeah.
He's pulling his energy back. He kissed your cheek and he's like, it's all good, Mom. I promise you, every little thing is going to be all right. He's playing that song in my head. Don't worry about a thing. Three Little Birds, Bob Marley. You know that song, right?
Yeah.
All right. He's pulling his energy back, hon. Any questions before I totally let him pull his energy back?
Oh, no.
All right. Well, he just kissed your cheek. So he said he does that often. As he's pulling his energy back, I felt goosebumps go all over the place. And I was like, well, what was that for?
Actually, I lied. I got one question.
Yeah.
And you're probably going to say yes to it, but yesterday I was sitting on the couch and I was messing around on my phone because it was bedtime. I was getting ready to go to bed. And I felt him like jump on my lap.
Yeah, you did. It's interesting because it's funny. That's what I was just saying as we. I love how as he's giving me the final message before he transitions, before he transitions to ending this broadcast. Not that you know what I mean. Anyway,
Yeah.
that as he's giving me that final message, you are understanding it before it's even out of my mouth. Because what did I say? He was kissing your cheek, and I felt shivers, goosebumps up and down my whole body. And what he said is that he does that to you, and he's been doing that to you this week, and that you felt him. And then you said, actually, I got one more question. And then you said, I actually kind of felt this. That's literally what I was just saying before you asked me that question. Yes, you felt him. That's what he was saying.
That's because I heard it right in my head.
Yeah.
It's like I had like the vision and I was like, oh, wait.
Because it's real. He sounds and feels like a thought that interrupts the rest of your thoughts. So when you get that sensation and your brain is like, I just felt Timmy, know that that is him talking to you, letting you know he just hugged you and kissed your cheek. Because you've been asking him to cuddle. So he's like, all right, well, we could cuddle more if you would have more naps.
Yeah.
He likes his naps. He liked nap time, hey?
Yeah, he used to love snuggling with me too. That was the thing.
Nothing's changed. All right, hon, I'm going to let him pull his energy back. I hope that you have an amazing week this week. And from what they're showing me, it is going to smooth itself out. And you're going to understand why it didn't work out with a different surgeon. Once you see the surgeon that they bring you, this surgeon is going to be amazing. I'm seeing amazing bedside manner, which is exactly what you need.
Okay, thank you.
He loves you so much. So all he's like literally throwing love at you. All right. Gonna let him pull back. Have a great night, sweetie.
Thank you, you too.
Talk to you soon.
Okay.